The book of Revelation, chapter 18. I'm going to start at verse 20, the point, and it reads, And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down and shall be found no more. I'm going to start off by giving all praise, giving all honor, giving all glory to Kol Loyim, by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem HaKadosh. Say double honor to the elders, to the apostles that I learned this truth from. Say peace and salutation to the Akim, across the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akim and the Aqua that they're listening and learning, Lord willingly. This is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad, land of other nations appearing like the other nations, but whom subscribe to this truth. To you I say shalom. Brother Yahweh coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit and through the power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Yahweh meaning He is, He exists, or He to be. By Hashem, by His in, His the Hashem His name. Yahushai meaning He saves or He deliverer. True names of the Most High God and His Son, who these people ignorantly call God and Jesus Christ, but whose true name in the Paleo Hebrew is Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. And basically, this lesson is inspired by this lesson is inspired by an article I saw on my news break. And just Spirit jumped on me to go look up this word violence. As I said, with great violence shall this place be brought down. And then reading that entry in the Vines, I think I got it on I got the Vines on maybe PDF. But that's deep because it said to rush, and the elder always quotes that saying about the fool rushes in, roughly paraphrase.
Strong's G 3731 Hardamema.
You know, that's why scriptures talk about long suffering and patience, And if we built in the image of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, you gotta have patience, Even with this, as much as because I remember the elder said it. I believe a lot of brothers probably perceive that we all got tempers. I mean, some brothers just hold theirs in better, you know what I mean? Or some brothers you probably don't want to see their temper, but I believe we all got tempers because we fiery spirits. The Yahweh Shai had a temper, but with what's going on, you got a lot of foolish statements being made. Like the elder said, people ain't talking in code. Everything is being watched, tracked, and traced. I don't know if I said it on the last video. There's a lot going on dealing with me. I know I'm not tripping. You ever seen that movie Conspiracy Theory? They thought that nigga was crazy till he come to what I'm saying? The nigga was not crazy at all, type shit. But it's no even point in talking in code. You get what I'm saying? Like, I remember a brother said he thought my videos was shadow ban. Because, you never know who watching, because that's be the spirit of the Lord compelling Jake to watch out and check and see, That's why the elder got the way he got it going. But I came across an article, which and I wholeheartedly believe the elder or the Heavenly Father, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, is dealing with the men that I learned the truth from, you know what I mean? Because I was window shopping to a degree. I mean, I came in like most people. Some people just got the truth and just stuck with one. But I was listening to the different camps because, I'm like, well, and the elder was right. It's a lot of gimmicks and a lot of people, At one point, I thought Gorilla Hebrew was entertaining, you know what I'm saying? So I realized, oh no, it's a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Now look at him, showing you it's a terrible thing to fall in the hands of the living power, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. I want the will of the Lord to be done, not my own will, because again, that's how you're gonna receive the blessing. But I know I'm all over the place. I was looking at something, so I was gonna bring this up, but I'm gonna bring that out because I'm a little bit everywhere. But it says a rush to urge on to rush used the fall of Babylon. So the scriptures talk about what's that? Isaiah, when the enemy come in as a flood, the Lord shall lift up a standard. So we want this devil to rush, and we need to be patient. And it was a brother that had a series called The Lord's Battles. And when you really take the time to think about that, the thing is, the scriptures talk about wait on the Lord till he rise up against the prey. You know what I mean? And only a true servant of the Lord gonna be able to do that. Because a lot of shit about to go down. Now, as men, we got I remember how the brothers broke it down to me. They said, your house is your house. But at the same time, depends on who coming in the house, right? They showed me something right now. I was like, damn, because they was just doing so much little shit. They cutting down trees in my yard and shit. I'm like, what? You know how much money this shit costs? Y'all ain't did this before. Why y'all cutting down trees? You know what I'm saying? They just doing all kind of little weird shit. I said, what the fuck they doing? Right. So all they did was just actually expose their hand that, yeah, showing me I ain't completely crazy. You know what I'm talking about? I would be always crazy and they bad. Your house shower was probably considered crazy. Remember? They like, it's, don't you feel foolish? Just like a lot of these people that scoffed and scorners and, be talking shit, they feel it's stupid. And the thing is, I don't know how much we got. I don't know what we got going on. I do know this. They come to my house. They should show me that. I said, damn. Oh. So, that's my battle though. You know what I'm saying? But, and again, I don't say this for you to be all feeling sorry, weak like a female. Women get weak. I told you, this shit keep me from going crazy. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I heard Jakes make that statement. He said, as men, he don't want to hear another brother complain. And I found that funny because I remember a brother, when I was like a babe in the truth, an older brother said that. He said, I ain't got time. I got my own problems. I ain't got time to hear that. But then you his brother, remember? Is that a contradiction or that's a, oxymoron? Well, like, I mean, that was the spirit that brother was in. That same brother don't be around the brothers no more. Sometimes the Lord put it on your spirit. The Lord put it on his spirit to not. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna judge that. I told Jake after going through bumping my head so many times, he was like, you gotta do it. I said, no, I don't. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, I didn't even listen and then like nobody cared. Like, no. Just let it happen. Hey, if the Lord show you something, you're supposed to prevent it, right? I mean, I understand things gonna happen because if it happened, it was the will of the Lord. But we supposed to walk in a certain kind of way so certain things don't happen. You get what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to, again, I have no congregation. I got a certain couple men that probably listen just to see, did this nigga bug out all the way? Or like, I don't know. Maybe, they think the Lord dealing with me a little bit. I feel like the Lord ain't really dealing. But Yahweh Shah felt like that. And that's all a test of your faith, brother. Because I tend to notice patterns, you get what I'm saying? And what I notice about this one is this. A lot of stuff happened to me at one point in time. Just like last time they did a shutdown, they didn't do it like this. So I'm kind of rambling because the point of the video is this. Salakia for all the rambling. This is the title of the article. Because this caught my attention. Because that's how you know we going beast mode. DJ Trump going beast mode because we in the beast system. It says Pentagon orders quick. Come on now. Pentagon orders quick reaction force of 500 troops per state. So I'm going to show you something. It says the National Guard is building a quick reaction force of some 23,500 troops trained in crowd control and civil disturbance. Now let's add that up. That's a 10. That's funny because if you really did the math, because this nigga math ain't mathing, you talking about 500 times 50, that'll be 25,000. So I don't know why they did that, but I also do know why they did that because 10 is supposed to be a perfect number. Numbers have meanings on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. I'm dealing with some shit and they number 44 is 144. And I'm like, these niggas can't be right. You know what I mean? Because it's a left-hand meaning to 144 too. So they're playing. That's how you know this shit about to go on the full lockdown because They literally talking about we gonna have 500. And think about it. If these motherfuckers Salakia, these motherfuckers armed, sidearm. I said sidearm and actual weapon, rifle or whatever, Yeah. And most people don't got nothing, but people got something. But what I'm saying is this. I was watching in my algorithm a lot of videos about getting pulled over, or when you got those, they not even call themselves sovereign citizens. You got the sovereign citizen movement, and then you got those Edomites that actually know the law. Like, based on the law, you got Edomites that are walking around with a rifle on their shoulder, and they be like, "Well, shit, can we see ID?" And they like, "Well, basically the only way that you got to show ID." The elder even said that. That show you how the elder's so cold like that. I remember the elder said that. Only way you get pulled over is if you literally did an infraction driving. Didn't have your lights on, you swerving in traffic, do something like that. But if they can't give you a reason why they pulled you over, yeah, it's lightweight, admissible. You'll find certain courts don't even give you a public defender. You got to actually go to paperwork. Like, this shit is so rigged to get... So it, man, this shit's, and I can imagine, that's how the Lord really deal with the elders. Like, them being is like jacks of so many, but they masters of the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna say, it's a saying, jack of all trade, but not a master of none. No, some men master some stuff. You could tell when the Lord dealing, or if you can't, then yeah, maybe they ain't for you. Maybe you need to be with one of them other camps, like the elders say. It says National Guard is building a quick reaction force of some 23,500 troops trained in crowd control and civil disturbance that can be ready to deploy to the U.S. cities by early next year. Now, my thing is this. Only the Lord know when he about to let this shit break off. But I'm going to say this much. The government shut down and they already did shit to my stamps. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get very much in stamps. I got if you want to know the truth, I got $400 in stamps. They cut that. But the government shut down, so how did you cut that? So, again, like the elder also said, he said, you're going to have people still getting their stamps. Now they bringing up about how you got the migrants that's getting 15,000 in stamps. Do you know how many deals they're doing when they sending individuals to other countries? They're bringing in other individuals. Did y'all know that? The October 8th memo signed by National Guard Bureau Director of Operations Major General Ronald Burkett orders the Guard from nearly every U.S. state. Now, at one point, it was just the Republican states. Now they're saying every state. And if you don't comply, you the enemy. It says every state, Puerto Rico and Guam I knew Puerto Rico was part of America, but I didn't know Guam was, to train 500 service members. So that's still not gonna make up a fucking 500. That's still not gonna make up 25,000, because that's if them two other providences coming to the United, that's only an extra 1,000. So that's 24. So you got 24, 2, 4, 6. That's 11. Ain't that funny? Ain't that fucking funny? They doing witchcraft right in front of our fucking eyes. So yeah, I'm about to just start doing the video. Man, listen. You gotta pay attention to the numbers sometimes. I mean, like, you don't trust in that shit, but you pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, I say, Jake say, don't worry about the dreams, because scriptures tell you don't trust in no dream. But at the same time, when somebody break down a dream, if a man of the Lord, if you tell a dream to a man that you believe the Lord dealing with, he probably gonna be able to interpret it. I myself don't remember my dreams like that. So I got some scriptures. I need to get that off my chest. I'm still here until I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And I don't plan on, like the elder said, I do not plan on I might go quietly, depending on how fucked up they got me. If it's me by myself, I ain't going quietly. If it's me, I'm gonna go ahead and go quietly. You know what I'm saying? It depends. You get what I'm saying? And I'm being honest, because I already know you don't like me. Because my brother used to say that My brother used to be like, how you gonna disrespect the person that's trying to help you? That's how fucked up my brother was. I said, nigga, don't you not know these niggas demons? Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 1, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. So when our big brother, our Lord and Savior, come back, the earth is going, the scriptures talk about the Lord bringing fire. It's going to be on fire, and the Lord bringing more fire, so it's going to melt. You know what I'm saying? Verse 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, which is these modern day Babylonians. Again, for whatever reason, I've been watching a lot of shorts lately, and maybe that's, I was just listening to a guy, Joe Rogan, which I think he a CIA operative, like they said. That nigga like the ultimate Edomite man, huh? He might be Jake, though. Like, I see what the elder be saying. He might be a Jake that just really, like, just caught up in the system. That dude got the #1 podcast. He just the #1 of everything. You know what I'm saying? Now he's a warrior, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, he one of the ones that you wanted to be on the team or be on his team. You know what I mean? Like, but if he a 2/3, fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when I said, he used to do a lot of drugs. He used to believe in a lot of like left hand shit and all that. That's why I never really watched him. And I will set the Egyptians. That's how I knew he's a demon. It's like they was talking about Cam Newton throwing up the devil horns, and got mad when the dude actually caught it. He said, "Man, that's a satanic symbol." This shit over with. Like, they so desperate. They got to go out in the street. They got podcasters to go out in the street to. You already know that's gonna bring controversy when two people got two different ideas and everybody don't know how to debate. You know what I'm saying? That's why certain brothers was put in positions to be like the lead speaker, because I seen brothers that actually will fuck you up, but literally didn't get offended when Esau, or really, they had to really hold their composure. Like, everybody ain't built to deal with certain shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I conquered my temper, but I know what the Lord has allowed me to actually have to endure. I ain't never had to experience certain shit with you, like, I'm gonna kill this nigga, that bitch. I ain't never experienced that. Call Loyam Layah shot, and that's why I don't want no woman. Cause I probably, that'd be something stupid to fall out the truth of. I'm being honest. Yeah, we old school, the ancient ways, like, I'm being honest. And ain't nobody told me to do it. That's just my prerogative. Like, nigga, man, listen, I'm being seriously truthful. I ain't did no shit. Everything got to be proven, but I know for a fact the Lord did what he did for a reason. And the scary part is you got to know when to move accordingly, because if I'd have tried to act like everything was cool, it'd have been exposed it wasn't. And it was already made known, fuck your opinion. You get what I'm saying? So that's why, really, I'm like, well, shit, what what you like, you ain't got no say so, and I'm done with the conversation type shit. Like, I'm like, oh, well, shit, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, which is these modern day Babylonians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. And you about to see that great world's war. You about to see war on the people. And that's how you know this place about to be like destroyed, because it's just like ancient Rome. They trying to have war on the people and go to war with these other nations. How the fuck you gonna do all that? You got people that actually don't believe what we believe, but at the same time, the Lord got something on their spirit they can see. I brought it up several times. I moved on the street full of niggas. The brother hit me on like, yeah, I know them. He was like, yeah. And he told me a lot of stuff like they cool, but yeah, still, he hit me with this. He said, just be careful, watch yourself, you know what I mean? Because he knew they was niggas. I figured out they was niggas. Them niggas had a party every fucking weekend, Friday, Saturday. Only day they didn't do was Sunday. Them niggas ain't did that shit in months. Because niggas know, oh yeah, shit about to be bad. When a nigga start doing dirt, you don't want to be around the niggas that, you know what I mean? No face, no case type shit. You get what I'm saying? Verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols. And you know, when you watch The Walking Dead, I was listening to one brother talk about The Walking Dead, which a lot of brothers is into the spirit of The Walking Dead, and that's when the Lord gonna put that spirit on Jake to be like just merciless. But Rick, the Lord was really dealing with, because Rick was left for dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was left in the hospital for dead. Just like them dudes was left in the prison. Like, motherfuckers just was left for dead. But the Lord still sustained them. And then you look at certain things, it's like, well, Rick went to one dude because they both was jockeying for the alpha position. You know, the movies is cold if brothers really relate to them in the right fashion, in the right portion. You know, again, I get Jake different. Certain Jake always was running around. I used to run around, but I still always would enjoy myself with a movie, you know what I mean? Like, so, you know, it's just different spirits, you know. But the Lord would talk to movies. He'll talk through pictures. The Lord speaks. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, which they've been praying to. And these idols is not going to save them. Because this place is set to be destroyed. So again, next year, I don't know what exactly is going to happen. But like the elder said, I don't see it being the way that they want. I can see them pushing a lot of shit. Because you got to understand, they got the technology. They got money. I watched The Economist. He said when a shutdown happens, it doesn't mean that they don't have no money. It just means they didn't actually set the budget to start spending on shit. So they still got money. What you think when they did all that fucking tariff shit and all those Elon Musk finding all this crooked ass money? They got fucking money. You know how many drug buses they coming across? And it's all kind of shit going on. It was just an operation in my state. What was it called? Operation Freedom or Justice or some old bullshit. They coming back to get the shit that they put out here. Like, these motherfuckers is demons. Verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And that's what a gift destroyeth the heart. And they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards. Verse 4, the point. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, the Lord of hosts. So that cruel Lord is literally coming in that spirit of cutting off all these benefits, leaving you in a vulnerable position, as well as about to police you. So just based on this article, I know we damn near like there. And based on them cutting the food stamps, and trust me, I'm catching holy hellfire. But call Loyam La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, because that means we one step closer. And I don't know if I'm going to get on a chariot. I don't know if I'm going to receive the kingdom the first go around. But I do know, you know, the scriptures talk about, you know, a man to get to see the fall of his enemy. I'm seeing the fall, the decline of this place, because no matter how much they could play with these numbers, I don't think the government coming back, or when it does come back, it's not going to be the government it was. This is going to be like a third world country. They preparing us for that now. These people just so fucking stupid they can't see it. Book of 2 Timothy chapter 3. Everything take it all day to move and shit. I just want to delete the fucking thing. Can't even read the Bible. They got to give you an ad to buy some shit first. Like, this shit sucks. This is a book of 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. And it reads, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. Going to that word perilous is kalapas. And it means fierce, dangerous. You know, we about to be in danger just trying to feed our households. So how much more when your household is starving, but they like, nigga, stay in the house. A lot of, you know, you got a lot of, I brought up the fact that one chick, I got her channel too. I saved it because I was going to do a video just to expose the bitch. But I could believe the Lord actually brought a brother around her channel and it got exposed. You know what I'm saying? And I can't stand that bitch. And the thing is this, because she a demon. She don't even recognize that what you doing. She's not fucked up. She been on YouTube for years. You got certain people that you see on YouTube that been on there for years, probably got 100,000 fans. They getting paid for that. So, with 100,000 fans, it's based on the amount of views you get. So every video might not get a lot of views, but sometimes certain views, sometimes certain videos go viral. So you might have 100,000 fan base, which you can actually exploit. Oh yeah, give me a donation. Like that's what makes this shit stream popular. Because you'll see them sometimes. They just let their fans roast them. And that's crazy. They just really did away with a whole generation of entertainers and brought these young dudes. And them young dudes talented. Like when you watch them, I'm like, damn, these little dudes lightweight could box. They could, again, it's just funny. Like they ain't just regular. Like I don't think them just dudes that they just like they talk about the industry plants that really just don't have no talent. When you watch some of them streamers, like the one little dude Neon that was playing against Arenas, that dude was lightweight whooping on him. You know what I mean? Like that nigga had a jumper, and he's supposed to be like either Arabic or East Indian or something. He probably Jake for real. And the one dude exposed him. He like, he said a lot of these streamers, they're playing characters like Charleston White. Charleston White is a nigga. Don't you know that? He'll tell you if you paying attention. So that's why he got a police vest on right now. So yeah, he really worked with the police and he really about that money. For him to get money, he's one of those Isaiah 9 and 16s. But I'm telling you, I guarantee you, he's a nigga he's like a Freemason type of this nigga. He literally, that's why I believe wholeheartedly he is. Because he act like that on the TV and he all about, yeah, we gonna tell and all this old shit. But then when he travels with like 6 niggas, goons, we about to fuck some shit up. Why you think he always got weapons and shit? He ready to fuck something up. That's why I always said that nigga dangerous. My brother used to always say, he said it be the little bitty nigga that run the joint. Verse 2, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful and unholy. Salaki, unthankful, unholy, which holy means to be separate and unholy means to be joined onto. And if you're a true believer, you don't want to be joined onto this place. That nigga, like these people that look like they winning right now, let them look like I suffer all the way to, man. In my mind, I'm thinking, and I know my shit gonna hurt, because the Lord is the one that's testing you. But man, no, I didn't go through all this shit to literally. I remember when they told me, they said they could fix. I got shot in the head, right? And I'm still here, right? And when I went through my testimony, they told me we can fix you. I said, what the fuck is you mean by that? So only thing I can think about now is what you supposed to try to give me the chip? The fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga try to take me all the way out. And it was some old setup shit, like where within the, you know all these parties. That's why, again, it's going to be treacherous for the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas going to be really gladiator beast mode. Like, the Lord about to use them just like with Esau. Like, them Edomites that's walking around with rifles on, like, the Constitution is being broken. I have constitutional right. Like, them niggas going to go hard, and these niggas about to go hard. Showing you how funny the Lord be in that black and white. He going to have the Edomite go hard, carnally. He going to have these 2/3 niggas go hard and get destroyed. Verse 3, without natural affections, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, meaning lawlessness, fierce despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of the traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than the lovers of the Most High. Having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. And like even Charles the White bitch ass sit up there and say he believe in the Lord. He believed in God because his mother taught him that, and she a good Southern woman and yada, yada, yada. But then at the same time, as a man, he say, yeah, I'll fuck your daughter. I do. He ain't gonna give your daughter to, which, I mean, again, like that's part of the law, but it's like, at the same time, what I don't like about him, because, again, most younger girls crave older men. At one point I ain't have no young girl like that, but she was like 19 or some shit like that. Yeah. So, like, yeah. And it was fun. And then the Lord said this, and it's funny because you watch Jake get away with shit, then you can't get away with it. So it's like, that wasn't for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you better develop a relationship with the Lord, man. Because, again, when this shit hit the fan, you already seeing how these people that don't believe in Yahweh Shai, they go lose it. So the only way you not going to lose it is Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the strength of, it's like it. Wisdom and knowledge to be, I'm butchering it. Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability. The fear of the Lord is his strength. I hate I butchered that too. No, the fear of the Lord is his treasure. Yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, I'm like, I was shy right now. Everything that requires a drink. Till he stopped drinking. It says Isaiah 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. So what's going to give you the ability to be saved is this wisdom and knowledge of this truth. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. It's a Salakia for butchering that up. I knew I butchered it though, but Salakia. And that's what I'm saying. The scriptures talk about having the whole roll within you. I've eaten the whole roll. I've read the scriptures front to back, but I can't retain anything. The scriptures talk about broken cisterns. You know what I'm saying? So in the day of trouble, you better hope you retain. I remember a brother said this, and I'll never forget it. And that's what keeps me from not flipping out, being that I don't have a good memory. He said, I don't need many scriptures in order to deal with what we about to deal with. He's meaning because the Spirit gonna give you what you need, the utterance to say what you got to say for whatever reason. If it's to uplift your people, uplift your family, uplift the brotherhood, to actually say something cold to the devil. You know what I mean? Like, but in order for you to actually like keep pushing, he said I only need a few scriptures. And my demon told me that when I first met her. She was like, think of 3 scriptures that actually like resonate with your spirit. So that's how I knew the Lord sent her. He didn't send her for the reason that I thought. You know what I'm saying? But sent her to be a whole trial and tribulation of the test. Got one last scripture. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15. And starting at verse 14, and it reads, Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And again, I don't want nobody to feel sympathy for you, for me, because again, the scriptures talk about seek out your own salvation. Now the thing is, we care for one another because, again, men have special relationships, and show you how jealous a woman is. I've seen it with my brother. I've seen it with other women. My demon is the extra special demon. Like if I tell you that there's a dude I was homeless with that literally the Lord blessed him, and he literally told me before anybody else was like, yeah, something ain't right about her. That's why it's important to be actually paying attention. And I'm thinking to myself, because he used to tell me certain stories, and I'm like, well, but at the same time, I guess, as men, I remember the elder was talking about how he was going through certain things with a woman he cared about, and he would fuck niggas up. I'm talking about, it'd be road rage type shit. I always thought about that. And Jake told me some certain shit, and I was like, well, maybe she's a demon. And then you looking at everything as a demon. But no, the Lord was talking through that man. Absolutely right. So again, it's important to understand when the Lord's speaking to you, because the Lord doesn't always come in the same manner or the same appearance like you know what I mean? Like the Lord can show up in the form of a child telling you something right. That's why I tend to try to listen to my children. And parents understand that. Right now I'm sure it's more difficult for all of us, especially those that's doing it by themselves. A lot of Jake could go get them when they want, or get them. They got a certain day they go get them. My shit ain't like that. And Jake used to say a lot of little things, but I don't think maybe I should, I heard an elder brother speak on that. He was like, he suffered it, and then the Lord gave him back when they was a lot older, but he still gave him back. Maybe I should have just did that instead of trying to control it, and then the shit wouldn't have been as heavy. Because I think the Lord had always planned to give him back. Because pretty much I just say how, yeah, these women about to really, I'm talking about like you really about to see we them people. They gonna start eating they fucking kids and all. They gonna throw away. It's gonna be about you about to see how selfish a bitch is for real. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And you are to see those race wars. Again, the elder said how he could see Edomites still getting their stamps. It was an Edomite female that she said, I get like, what'd she say, like 1,500 or 4,000? She said she gets a ridiculous number in food stamps. Then she also said, I got several streams of income. She said, that's where y'all fucked up at. She said, but I'm still going to get my stamps. She said it so confidently, I believe that bitch probably still going to get her stamps. Just like certain migrants going to still get their stamps. A lot of niggas not going to get theirs. I just told y'all, they cut mine. That's how I'm like, but I'm not even going to try to fight it or nothing. Fuck y'all. Like, that's like, like when they weren't giving the elders the checks. We all qualify for it, but y'all don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I bet you if I ask anybody else, did your food stamps get cut? I bet you a lot of people were like, nah. So, it's like, it's cool. Because I ain't planning on, my mindset is a certain mindset anyway, I hope this shit go all to shit. Because that's going to fulfill prophecy. That's going to bring prophecy to life, and judgment to pass. For there shall be sedition among men, and evading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. They talking about right now you already got looting going on. If you didn't know that. That was spiritual. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And once they bring out them troops, 500 troops in each city, nigga, that's the martial law. Like, that's the martial law right there. And they said, well, next year. But who's to say it's not going to start this year? Because you got to remember, they like to play with your mind. They like to tell you, it's a saying in the scriptures that say, don't let your left hand know what your right hand doing. Right? So it's like, my brother used to always quote that. I don't know if he knew that was in the Bible, though. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know Jake is Jake. Jake be saying stuff out the scriptures and don't even believe in the scriptures. My brother don't even believe in the scriptures. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and the men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So it's going to get to the point. We already said they fucked with these steps. And again, I can see them giving them back after a lot of people fucked up, after a lot of people do a lot of dumb shit. Man, you already got like these agent provocateurs and all kind of shit. The funny part about it is they going to shelter some of these people, but yeah, I always found it funny because a lot of entertainers, like, it's been a recent health kick for a lot of these entertainers to get in shape. Yeah, who was that? Mike Epps was just talking about that. He was on Constantnet. And he was like, for them to remain relevant, they got to be on a streamer channel. They giving them millions of dollars while rappers and entertainers ain't making shit. But he was like, a lot of these young dudes ain't in shape. And all of them was like, no, we work out. And that's what they pushing us late, because you about to have to fight for the shit you got. Yeah. And that's why the scriptures talk about the Lord's battles, because everybody can't fight. Everybody ain't gonna have, arms or a multitude of people. You gotta remember, they got it set up to the point they can lock this shit down while you at their house. You know what I'm saying? You might not be amongst brothers. You know what I'm saying? Now, maybe the Lord might allow you to get to it, brother. That'll be the will of the Lord. I pray this shit go down this year. And then just let's run into next year with it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, this is about to be a whole... Listen, you got to think about it. They having a UFC at the White House next year. I thought it was this year. They said, no, we going to wait till next year. So it's something about 2026, ain't it? If you're so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian, West Indian, or Haitian, I implore you to come back to the laws, statutes, commandments of your power. His true name in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, or you will be destroyed. With that, I want to give all praise, I want to give all honor, give all glory to. Call lawyer like Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua Ba'ashim. That's double honors to the elders, to the apostles that I learned this truth from. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth, faithful with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akim and the Aqua, to listen and learning, Lord willingly. This is edified. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, whom subscribe to this truth. To you, I say shalom. Till next time, Lord willingly. Shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasharallah. Wath Lababah.